You wanna know something crazy? Yeah. Ever since I have started doing stand-up, people have told me that I look like John Lovitz.
Really?
And I'm looking from here, okay? From here, he's up on the wall there. Do you see him?
Yeah.
So that's Lovitz.
I don't see that similarity at all.
Right, but do you see that? You see that picture clearly?
Yeah.
Kind of look at this one. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, in 2005, here at this club.
Wow, you got beautiful eyes, Tom.
Thanks, man. Look at Lovitz. Right there.
I see it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then look at.
With the beard, it doesn't.
Wish this would come in.
Show.
Right. Look at those eyes. Oh, those are nice eyes. Jesus. Oh man.
They're witch eyes.
6:45 in the morning. As you can tell, I love being up at this hour. Going to do morning press. Going to do Playboy Radio. Excited, haven't been there in a while. I need gas. All right. It's raining in LA. If you're a new comic and you move to Los Angeles and you want a great premise, you talk about how it's raining in LA. People love that here. It won't ever fail. Talk about how drivers freak out when it rains in LA. Talk about how people don't know how to drive in LA when it rains. Kill it. You'll kill it, man. Everyone will laugh. You'll be on your way. You're like, man, it's raining here. What's going on? You guys don't know how to drive here? Huge laughs. That's just a little pro tip. Good luck. All right, I just did the Playboy Morning show with a bunch of naked girls that we can't put on this clip. And Dan Cummins, the great comedian Dan Cummins.
Hello, hello.
The very
Tom is
fit
awesome.
and very attractive Andrea. I've been watching, I see your, what is it, Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
You're like fitness tips and
Yep.
stretch. All right, there you go.
What,
there she
sexy
goes.
beast?
That's what she, there it is. There it is. You got a body like that too.
Well, she's got a little less middle than I do.
But you work out.
I do.
What do you do?
Just like free weights.
Free weights?
And then cardio for the last 2 days.
What do you bench?
I love it. We've been joking about that here. 315.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I can bench it. I benched it a couple times.
Yeah, but how many reps?
1.
Who needs more than one?
That's just get it off. Just get it off
Wait,
at once.
how many times can you bump out 225?
15 was the most.
Dude, this is a fucking NFL combine ready guy.
I'm just getting ready for my draft day.
I know.
I'm hoping to go bottom of the 3rd round.
I know a couple GMs, and I want to submit Dan to be. What did you play? Did you play ball?
Tight end.
You motherfucker.
But only like for a little bit in high school.
315. What comic benches more than you?
I don't know, maybe Jamie Lissow? Gary Goldman? I don't know.
Gary, maybe.
Maybe Gary's a big guy.
How about Alonzo? He looked like at times he looks
guy.
fucking yoked and he's all black and shit. Like
That helps.
that's fucking yeah.
Got extra muscle fibers
He's
or
got
something.
all that stuff. Holy shit, man. Well, I had super fun here, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
it was
man.
a really good time.
Our
Excited to see the
pleasure.
new special, dude. For
Thank
real.
you, man. Thanks
Yeah.
very much. Andrew,
Stories
say
are great.
bye. Don't flash.
Bye.
Thanks.
I mean, if you were to start kind of editing down jokes for any kind of racial, sexual, or political content, what are you left with?
It would be over.
Very little.
I mean, it would be over. I remember years ago when my first half-hour special was on Comedy Central, and I did a bit about bike riding that's on my first album called Thrilled, and it didn't make it to the half hour that aired, but they used it to promote the special. So it was online, and there was such a crazy backlash from the bike riding community about, you know, how offensive, because the bit was essentially that some cyclists are self-entitled and oblivious and drive like assholes, and that, you know, something along the lines of that I want to just, you know, hit them with my car, essentially, right? And that was like, but, you know, I broke it down with obviously a lot of jokes. What was funny to me was that, you know, I got a lot of hate mail. That's still in my whole career, that's the most hate mail I've ever received was for that.
For the bicyclist? That's crazy.
Absolutely. Not even close, actually. It's not even close. But the other funny thing was that, you know, I did that joke across North America, and I did it in a lot of cities with huge bike riding communities. And most of the time when I did that joke live after the shows, people would come up to me and they would be like, I ride, you know, my bike 6 days a week. And they would laugh because they knew that I was talking about a specific segment of that community. You know, it's like,
right.
They understood the joke, and I think most people did, but people who saw it in a, you know, like a 3-minute clip online, they just wanted to launch at the guy that is talking shit about, you know, they're like, I bet your fat ass can't even ride a bike, you know, like all this shit. And I was like, okay.
I mean, I guess you're always going to have those people who, no matter what, they're just going to take offense at what, I don't know, what irks them.
You know, sometimes I get that, you know, you need actually people to be offended. That's something that took me a while to realize, that you don't want nobody to ever be offended, because that's, you know,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, why something ends up getting a reaction, is that you have to have your moral guidelines of what you find okay and distasteful. That's how comedy plays. But when people want you to stop, or I think also when people think that their feelings mean more than anybody else's, you know, I mean, you see blogs about, you know, I was deeply offended by this joke, and then I want to go like, well, good for you, man. That's awesome. There was 500 people at that show. I guess 499 liked it. And, you know, what, I mean, other than acknowledging that you didn't like that, what else should be done? Do you just want validation for your feelings? Okay.
All right.
There we go. Guess what? It's raining again in LA. I'm on my way to do the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm not high right now, but who knows what'll happen in the next few minutes. I don't know, man. I don't know if I do that show well high. I think I'm a better sober guest. I just shut down. I want to go to sleep, or I want to feel paranoid when I get high. Because weed is so strong. It's not like the shit you grew up with.
You're vlogging.
I'm vlogging.
I just want to say, everybody, if you're watching this,
Yes.
you need to watch Tom Segura on Netflix starting January 8th. It's called Mostly Stories, and it's fucking hilarious. And I've seen most of what Mostly Stories is, and it's gut-wrenchingly hilarious, you fucks. Go! Before you watch F is for Family or Narcos or any of that shit, watch Mostly Stories. January 8th, Friday on Netflix.
I'm obsessed with the show Scared Straight. They're greeted by a guy named Crazy Chris. Chris has scars on his face, and the screen freezes, and it says, Chris killed 6 people, and he's doing a double life sentence. Like, this dude is so bad that when he dies and he's reincarnated, that guy's doing life in prison also.